All right, so this is the syllabus for our online section of Introduction to Soil Science. Um, you can see my contact information there. You can reach me at any time by using that email address. That's probably the easiest way and the fastest way to get a hold of me. If you need to give me a phone call, no problem. You can see my phone number there. Please feel free to use either one of those during this time. If you have questions, just please use that. I've really enjoy this class and enjoy teaching this class. I know it's an online class and that's kind of different than normal, and I know there can be problems and hiccups and stuff like that, so that's why I give you that contact information. Of course, this is all online this semester. We're going to be relying really heavily on this textbook here, The Elements of the Nature and Property of Soils. This text is one of the best ones that I found that gives you enough information, probably more information than you need to have, but gives you the information you need in a really good, concise way. There's also there's another book called The Nature and Properties of Soil. It's much bigger, probably 3 or 4 times as big as the book that you have, written by the same authors, that has just incredible detail in it. If you're interested in that, you can pick up a copy of that if you think your life is going to be having to do with soils. Otherwise, this book will be just fine. This is the book that we require for this course. You will be reading through a pretty sizable portion of this book. So you need that. You can buy it physically, or you can buy it electronically. Either way is fine with me, just whatever your preference is to be able to actually do the reading. The next text that you're going to need is the Fundamentals of Soil Science Lab Manual. That's a manual that consists of several different exercises that we'll be doing during the course of the semester, roughly one a week or so. We'll talk about the lab here in just a second. I'm not going to just read verbatim through this catalog course description or the objectives, other than just to say that this is a course designed to give you the foundations of soil. And those foundations should be applicable to any discipline. It doesn't matter if it's dealing with plants or environmental contamination or revegetation or engineering. This course is designed to give you a pretty thorough understanding of soils, so that any direction that you go, anything having to do with soils, you'll have a fairly good idea of what's going on, and make a good educated guess about problems or reasons why things are happening in the soil. I want to just pay attention real fast to this grading section here. The thing that you need to understand from this section is that there's roughly 3 big components of this course. The first is the laboratory time, and the lab exercises that are associated with that. The second is the weekly quizzes. The third is exams. Those are 3 big ones. Then we have another section of assignments. The lab you'll be performing on your own. You will be sent a lab kit that will help you give you the equipment to do the lab, along with instructions, and you'll see more about that once you get the lab manual. This first week of class, we will, in the week's material, you'll be covering where to get the books and where to get how to get your lab kit, which you'll just send me your address that you would like it to be sent to, and I'll send it to. The weekly quizzes, every week you'll have a quiz. Generally, there will be some weeks that are a little bit different, but usually you'll have a quiz every week based on the reading that was assigned during that week, based on the things that we're learning during that week. The weekly quizzes aren't designed to be really hard. They're designed to provide a way to gauge your understanding of the material. I allow you to take those quizzes 2 times, and you get the best score that you make between those 2 attempts. So make sure you do those. There's about 1 a week. If you start missing them, that's going to start reflecting on your grade, because those are a significant portion of your grade. The exams are pretty straightforward in terms of multiple choice. There may be some matching or some short answer, but there's 3 exams. You'll notice the exams are not proctored. That is, you don't have to go somewhere to take the exam. I'm putting a little bit of faith in you and there's some ways that I can tell whether or not you're working with a buddy and that sort of thing. So I'd really encourage you during an exam, use it as a time to, you will need to study for it. You need to use it as a time that gauges your apprehension, your appreciation of the material, your gaining of understanding from the material. So that's the exams, and again, we'll talk more about that as we have exams coming up. Assignments, there's a smattering of different kinds of assignments in here. Some you'll use a web tool, some you'll do discussions, others you'll go out and make an observation and maybe come back and tell me what that observation is, and that's where those points fall into. Makeup policy, almost in every case, there is a due date assigned, a due date that goes along with the quizzes, assignments, and exams. The labs are a little bit different. The labs will be collected. I'll have you send the lab reports to me 2 times during the semester. One in the middle of the semester and then one at the end of the semester. So you'll be doing labs. If I were you, I would be doing labs every week, or the week they're assigned. Do the lab, do the write-up. If there's any questions, we can get through those questions. And then when I'll give you about a week's notice, and I'll say, okay, labs 1 through 6 that were assigned previously, those you need to send those in to me, and that'll be mid-semester. Then at the end of the semester, you'll have that same thing happen. Okay, the rest of the labs, please send those in to me. You can see a rough calendar of what we're going to be covering, and usually when the exams are going to be. So this just means sometime during February there's going to be an exam, sometime during March there's going to be an exam, and then one in May. We don't have a final per se. I've just chosen to do 3 separate exams at this point in time. Scrolling down a little bit more, you also see the items that we'll be covering in this class. These are pretty closely aligned with your book, the chapters in your book. The lab grades, or the lab, like I said, you're going to be getting a kit, and part of your assignment this week is to give me your address that you'd like to have the kit sent to. You'll notice there was a fee attached to this course of $40, and that went towards the purchase of most of the equipment, not all of it, but most of the equipment in this lab kit that's going to let you complete the labs. You do, however, need some kind of camera. Sometimes I'll have you go out and make an observation in the field. Sometimes I'll have you do the experiments at home and then take a picture of some of the results. You'll upload that picture, and that'll be part of your grade for that lab. So you need to have some kind of camera. It can be a standalone digital camera. It can be a smartphone. Just any kind of digital. It can be an iPad camera. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you can take a decent picture of that and get it on your computer and get it uploaded. We're instituting something new this semester. We haven't done this in past semesters that we've taught Intro to Soils online. This semester we're going to have bi-weekly chats. So every 2 weeks I want to meet with you virtually, face-to-face. I want to ask you some questions about the material that you've been covering. I want to give you a chance to ask me questions about the material or things that weren't quite clear to you, just so that we can sync up once every couple of weeks, so I know that you're getting the material and so forth. That'll be you'll get some points for those chats, and those points will be in the assignments area. So make sure you do that. That'll be worth some points. And again, we'll talk more about what that will look like, and I'll give you more information about that in the main Moodle course as we go on. The rest of this material is just a regular stuff that we put in syllabi, integrity, and how to drop and withdraw from class. I want to point out in this section here, if you feel like you're at all falling behind and can't do the work that's required to do this course, you do need to know that there is the capability to drop or withdraw from a class, and that's something we need you to know about, and we want you to know about. If you feel like you're not being able to keep up, please email me, please contact me, and we can talk about what to do in that case. So go ahead and read through this. I've linked this right above this video, so go ahead and take a read through that, and there should be another link in at the top of Moodle with the syllabus as well. That'll always stay there, so you can always go back to it. But give that a read through so you know where we're going.